some random people that you wouldn't necessarily expect to say right and good and honorable things saying right and good and honorable things. One of those people is Mayor Adams, who was talking about the United Healthcare shooter and the reaction to that shooter. He is disgusted, as he should be, as everybody should be, with how some people are glorifying Luigi. And so he talked about that right here.
About the shooter. Ivy League, grew up in an affluent household. His manifesto clearly is showing some signs of hating. Our children are being radicalized. I said this over and over again. And everybody's like, what are you talking about, Eric? And, our children are being radicalized to hate the America, to hate the country that put them where they are. This person had all that one wants to have, but he hated everything to the point of shooting someone. And we better deal with the radicalization of our young people. And, people could, they could complain that I'm saying it, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing our bench is hating the team. And we better start acknowledging and focusing on that. And so having dance parties, celebrating the death of someone, I don't support that.
I mean, it's nice.
It's great because it's coming from him, directed at people in his own party.
It is. I applaud that. I think it's great, but I'm still a little sore about the whole, we're always going to be a sanctuary city.
Right. Well, he's singing a different tune now.
Let me let all the illegals in because they're here now. And now you're like suffering ramifications of that. And then you're like, oh, wait. I mean, listen, I know you're kind of seeing him become based in real life. Like you're seeing it in real time. We're watching it happen, which I appreciate. But at the same time, it's like, why did you have to be so stupid before?
I know.
A lot of us weren't that stupid. And you allowed a lot of stupid crap to happen. So I'm just a little leery of just being completely forgiving of all the things. Just give me some time.
I know. Listen, he's got plenty of flaws. There's no question about it. And he still has wrongthink about like a whole big bunch of stuff.
Right.
But when people see the light, I want to give him credit when they see it.
I'm doing it. I'm giving him the credit a little bit, a little bit of credit, but I'm still I'm being realistic. That's all.
Well, you'll probably feel the same about Mitt Romney, the reason for my name today. He also has had a bit of a seeing of the light, if you will, and actually wanted to give Donald Trump credit for what he has done with culture, what he has done for the GOP. You could tell that it was a bitter pill for him to swallow, saying all these things, but here he is saying them.
Interview a few months ago that, quote, there's a good chance that the Republican Party is going to need to be rebuilt or reoriented, and that you want to have a voice in the post-Trump Republican Party. Do you think that do you still think there's going to be a post-Trump Republican Party, or is MAGA now the Republican Party?
Oh, MAGA is the Republican Party, and Donald Trump is the Republican Party today. And if you were to ask me who the nominee will be in 2028, I think it'll be J.D. Vance, all right? He's smart, well-spoken, part of the MAGA movement.
You said something pretty harsh about him a few months ago, though. You could not have less respect for somebody than J.D. Vance.
Long ago. I'm not going to rehash history. And we've worked together in the Senate since then. But that is what the Republican Party is. And will the party need to change? Look, the Republican Party has become the party of the working class, middle class voter. And you've got to give Donald Trump credit for having done that, taken that away from the Democrats. Democrats pushed him out. All right, the Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren faction of the Democrat Party with some of this, defund the police and transgenders and, biological males in women's sports. These things had a lot of people in the middle class just flee the Democratic Party. They're now Republicans.
Yep, they sure are.
I don't trust him. I mean, these are the people who, okay, now I get it. Like, you see how we're winning. And then they're like, I want to be on the side of the winners. Okay, well, why weren't you on that side before? Why weren't you on the side of wanting to win before? It's like, now that he sees that we're all enjoying the wins and like we appreciate that, and people are on that side, and he wants to jump on the train. I mean, I get it. It's like attractive to want to be there. But where were you when we were fighting to have even a spot on that train. You know what I mean? And now he's like, oh yeah, I'm on it.
I see. I
Really?
didn't read it that way. I didn't read that he was on the train. I read it like he was just accepting reality. It doesn't mean he's super stoked about it, but he's just giving credit where it's due and is saying this is the Republican Party now, for better or for worse. I don't know that he was like, woohoo! You know what I mean?
I think he wants to be part of the Republican Party, and I think he knows that his days are limited. If Trump is the one that's in charge of that party and he wants to be relevant and he wants to be a part of that, it's like he's kissing ass. I think he's kissing ass is what I mean. I can't
Really?
think of another phrase to say it. Yeah.
I just didn't even think he was like that he cared to even be around much longer in Congress or anything. So,
if he does, he's got to do exactly what he just did.
yeah, I guess that's true.
And it's kind of pathetic. I think he's pathetic.
I mean,
but that's just me.
He's had a not so great go of things over the last 4 years.
Right.
He has not been on the right side. That is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if you are a person who hates drinking water, even though you know you should, everybody needs to stay hydrated. We have the answer. It's right here. It's Native Hydrate. They've got 3 flavors. They've got the peach mango. They've got the wild berry. They've got the tangerine. They're all absolutely delicious. And this has all the electrolytes and amino acid, branch chain amino acids that you need for hydration, for muscle health, for muscle recovery. And it keeps you super hydrated and it tastes great. So if you don't like just plain old boring water and you want the electrolytes, but you don't like electrolyte drinks because they have all that extra salt and sugar, this is your answer right here. And it is delicious. You can visit nativehydrate.com/chicks and you can save up to 44%, you guys. Plus it's free shipping when you try it. So it's nativehydrate.com/chicks. Speaking of people leaving the Democrat Party, this TikTok went viral yesterday of a guy that was talking about the reason that he left it. And it has to do not only with illegal immigration, but also with Obamacare. Remember back in the day when Obama was like, if you like your plan, you can keep your plan.
Yeah.
Well,
we all
know that isn't true. And that is exactly why this guy is donezo with the Dems.
The precise moment I no longer was a Democrat.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants. Okay.
That was the precise moment that I knew I was leaving the Democratic Party. Because I was a 2-time bone cancer survivor. I voted for Obama-Biden based on Obamacare. And when it was implemented in 2010, I ended up losing my insurance.
God.
I went from an insurance plan that was $185 a month with a $1,000 deductible to that policy being canceled because it no longer met the requirements of Obamacare. And I was left with the cheapest option being $1,200 a month, $6,000 deductible. $185 a month, $1,000 deductible to $1,200 a month, $6,000 deductible.
Oh my God.
I went 10 years without insurance. And I was penalized each year because I could no longer afford insurance. And in 2016, every single Democrat candidate up on that debate stage raised their hand and said they would give illegals free health care.
Yep.
While me, as a 2-time bone cancer survivor, lost mine. Didn't have insurance for 10 years, and I was supposed to get CT scans, chest x-rays, and all these other tests done every 6 months to ensure my cancer didn't come back. And they wanted to give illegals free health care. That was the exact moment I was no longer a Democrat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stories like that.
And they gave it to him. They didn't just want to, they actually gave it. They give it to them. That's what they do. If you work in a hospital, you know, it's like illegals come in and they get free health care. That's what you're paying for.
Mm-hmm. And they come into the emergency rooms with sniffles, hoping for some antibiotics because they know it's going to get covered.
And we pay for that. And then everybody wonders why healthcare is so expensive. Gee, I wonder why.